From their landmark early albums like Heaven Tonight and Live at Budokan, their brand new one, Rockford, today I bring you Robin Zander and Rick Nielsen of Cheap Trick. Rick, Robin, thank you so much for coming by Sound Off.
Matt, thank you very much.
Great to have you guys here. So the new album, Rockford, it's a great record. I love the fact that you worked with a lot of different producers on this record, too. Let's talk about that. Now, Linda Perry did one song with you guys. And she's actually, for a while, she was doing the writing thing. She was in Four Not Bonds, but now she's actually producing. She actually produced like a whole one of Christina Aguilera's whole albums in her double disc. How was it working with her as a producer, and how did you end up hooking up with her to write the songs?
No, I did a solo record in '92 with Jimmy Iovine's Interscope Records.
Yeah, and Jimmy produced it, didn't he?
And she was on that label.
Yeah.
And that's where I first, Jimmy turned me on to her. That's where I first heard of her.
Yeah.
And I thought that band was great then.
Yeah. Some of the other people that creeped up on there, two producers that are very important to work with you in your past. One being Jack Douglas, who, Jack did the first record. And Jack's a cool guy. I mean, obviously he's worked with you guys. And there's always, how did you like working with Jack again? He's been an old friend. And
Yeah, we worked with Jack through different projects. We did the first album, then the record company, thought he was too heavy and rough. Perfect, that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
So in other words, we didn't get to use him.
Right.
But then he mixed Dream Police with us here in New York. I think close to the same building here.
And Budokan.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Dream Please.
I meant Budokan.
Yeah, Budokan. He mixed Budokan
Right.
because the company hated the record.
Really?
The American company hated the record.
Which
and
is
they
crazy.
and the guy that we wanted, who was doing Surrender and Heaven Tonight, Tom Worman turned it down and didn't want to have anything to do with it because it was embarrassing. So
so
we called Jack up and said, hey,
Sure, he'll meet us.
But let's go back.
I could name a few.
And talk about the beginning of you guys. Now the really interesting story is obviously a good part of your career. You were signed to Epic, and your first band, Fuse, that you and Tom had, was signed to Epic, and that was what? Was that like '69 or was that?
I think it was '68.
Yeah.
Just gotten.
You were young kids at that time.
I think Tom was still in high school.
Yeah.
And I had just graduated with honors, of course.
Yeah.
And we were on Epic Records, and we were produced by Jackie Mills, who had produced Bobby Sherman, if you know who Bobby Sherman is.
Yeah, Easy Come, Easy Go, Little Women.
Telly Savalas.
Oh boy, Telly's version of If by Brad.
Telly Like It Is. Telly Like It Is was one of the albums.
And he did If by Brad, and he actually had a hit with it in England. I don't know. Luckily here, people didn't make that a hit.
Well, we recorded it in Chicago at CBS.
Yeah.
And Universal, which is now, I think, Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah. I know.
Something, or no, Urban Outfitters, I think it is.
Well, let me, let's be honest. The first place I saw you guys in is now NYU dorms and at Trader Joe's, the Palladium in New York City, which was a great concert.
Hey, let's go.
Right?
Yeah.
Have lunch and watch Cheap Trick.
Yeah, absolutely.
I miss that place. That was cool.
It was a great venue, man. Yeah.
As listeners and as fans,
And most of the music
the British
in America,
invasion music.
Yeah, which
most
is
of
great.
the music
You
in America
hear
we
that.
didn't like. So it's like, we didn't try to emulate anybody here, but here we are. We're a bunch of Midwest yokels. But the good thing about us, I still think to this day, is we had and have a work ethic where, playing every night doesn't. We don't complain about being on tour. We complain about being not on tour.
Yeah.
Here's Keith Richards. He talks about him listening to Chuck Berry, and picking up a guitar and all that. Well, I knew who Chuck Berry was, but I didn't like it that much. It didn't turn me on. But when Keith played, oh, there you go.
Yeah. So buying the Stones singles and albums.
Exactly.
So which is great.
Second generation.
Keith is nicer.
Yeah, that's what we hear.
Trust me.
We hear
I've met them both.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a lot nicer.
Yeah. I talked about that because the 3-night stand thing that you did was phenomenal. The idea that you took the first 3 albums, did one a night.
Think about how hard that is to do. That was.
And you guys, I've seen
very
you talk
difficult
about
to
it.
do
That's
that.
the first time anybody ever did anything like that.
And in Chicago, we did 4 nights. We did the Budokan, the whole
concert,
Budokan.
right?
We did the 4th night. We did there.
Yeah.
Oh, Budokan.
Hey, we were just in London, and that band, The Damned, is going to do that now. And, hey, what a good idea!
Yeah, they borrowed. A lot of people have borrowed that idea.
A lot of people don't have 3 albums.
And you think about it, because
They're only doing one album.
there were so many Cheap Trick fans who showed up each night. You hear the first album, here in color, to Heaven Tonight, and I heard bands. I know this for a fact. Bands were actually fighting to open for you on the shows.
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam.
You got
right?
$250.
Yeah,
That's right.
Smashing Pumpkins.
That's right.
$250. $50.
That's right.
Keep going down the list.
Who else? And weren't they fighting on which albums they wanted to open for? Like certain people.
Oh,
would have
yeah,
nights.
yeah.
Some wanted. I want
right.
the first
Well,
album.
if
Pearl Jam wanted in color. So
Yeah.
they said,
They
yeah.
did. If they couldn't open for that night, could they come to the show?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool,
Crazy,
isn't it?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great bands, and then in England we had Roy Wood.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we had Chrissy Hind.
Yeah, Pretenders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, the list of who played with us is better than us.
We
You
had-
guys, I want to thank you for coming by. Loved having you.
Man,
All right,
anytime.
thanks,
We'll do it again, and we'll do part
right.
two.
Plus, I
We'll
like
take
your
the second
room here.
years.
Your bedroom
Thank
looks
you so
good.
much. It's great. You love all my guitars?
You got
welcome.
more
Thanks,
guitars than
man.
we got.
I want to back to
Nah, not really, but close.
Yeah. Guys, thanks so much for coming by. It was great. Rick and Robin from Cheap Trick.